Hey, it's another Wednesday Beat the Baseline where I've got 4 new random bottles to go against the baseline we'll pour up in just a minute, so stick around and pour up. It's the Bourbon Nut. Hey, welcome back. My name is Brock and thanks for joining me on another episode of Beat the Baseline. If you're new to the channel, Beat the Baseline is simply a random sample that is poured up in these 2-ounce little sample jars. Don't know what they are. And at the beginning of every episode, I will pick 4 random bottles to go against, head to head against the unknown pour that will set the baseline for which each one of these will be measured against. It's a fun way to do the blind, so I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into it with getting into the contenders. So up first, we have Craft Distillery Cedar Ridge coming out of Iowa. This is their barrel proof version coming in at 116, char number 3. And again, out of Iowa, really good stuff. Cedar Ridge, I enjoy a lot of their barrel proof offerings. I think are really good. They've had some of their baseline stuff and it's pretty good too as well. But their barrel proof stuff, I really enjoy a lot. So I wanted to stack that in there tonight and see what we're working with, which by the way, it looks like a medium, kind of like a medium amber look into it. So we'll see how it goes here. I got a mix tonight. Next up, we got a legacy. Good old Jack Daniel's Heritage. This is the 100 proofer Heritage. They came out last year, I believe. Toasted barrel. This actually was in my top 20 list last year. I'll link it above here so you can go check that out and see where this placed. Won't give it away though. Next up, we have another Craft Distillery. This time I went with a rye. This is their good old 95 proof rye from 13th Colony out of Americus, Georgia. And this one's really good too. This has won some awards, but again, 13th Colony does some really good stuff. Their finishing products are pretty good too with a double oak. But figured I'd throw this in the mix and give us a rye option against whatever this is tonight. So that's why it's in the mix tonight. And last but not least, another legacy distillery. This is the Beam Distillery, and this is the good old Overholt Cask Strength 10-year from 2023. Really tasty. Figured I'd throw an age statement there, a Beam product in here in the mix. And there you have it. These are the 4 random bottles I've decided to pick tonight to go against the unknown pour, which will set the baseline. So let me go ahead and pour this up real quick, and then I'll move these bottles out of the way. There we go. We'll let that sit for a minute, spin up. Let's get the bottles out of the way so I'm not tempted to look at them as I'm trying these different pours that I've got. And what I'll do next is I will take and grab these pours that are in here and I'll put them in the carousel, spin them up to add another layer of interesting complexity there so I won't know exactly which is which, but I'll just know what 4 they are. But we'll put them in here. We'll spin them up real quick, pull them back out, and we'll try the baseline pour and see what we're working with tonight. So I'm excited. So let's go ahead and give this thing a couple spins. Spin. And that's it. All right. We'll get these poured in here. Or we should put these in here, really. We'll put them in here. All right, good there. And we'll get these back up here. And we're set. All right. So let's get started with what is going to be the baseline pour tonight. Again, kind of medium dark amber color here a little bit. Let's go ahead and get it on the nose. Old musty funk on the front end here a little bit. Something kind of, just spilt that on myself. That's great. Oh well. Spilled some on myself, but the show must go on. So let's try that again without spilling it on myself. So. But like I was saying, some old funk kind of on there. I don't know what that funk is, but it's just kind of funky a little bit. A little caramel. Has a little darkness to it. Maybe some dark fruits perhaps that are maybe present in there. Yep. All right, let's see what we got on the palate. Cheers. Proof, if I had to guess, probably low 100s. Feels like that maybe. That's maybe the way it's coming off at least. But there's some raisin or fig in that a little bit. A little bit of oak notes coming through as well. The finish is pretty decent. Doesn't hang around very long, so I give this like a short to medium kind of finish on that. Coats the mouth is decent. It's got this kind of weird note though, like on the back end of it. I'm not sure what that is. Interesting. Well, it's almost like a citrusy kind of note. I'm not sure what that is, but it's kind of like a lemon citrus or a lemon zest or some type of almost artificial lemon note or something on the back end of that too. So not sure what that is though. But we'll figure it out though. Let's go with what we got. So let's go with here. Let's get letter A. Looks like pretty good, pretty decent color. Let's get this on the nose. Okay, this one smells like it's got a little spice to it. Maybe a little bit of light vanilla. There's some bacon spice in there a little bit as well too, so pretty pleasant on the nose. Let's get it on the palate. That's nice. This seems a little lower proof than that one. Flavors are really good. I think the overall cohesiveness, I think, is a little better in this one. The finish is about the same. It's kind of short to medium, but the flavors you get on the front really transfer throughout the mouth there, and it really comes together pretty nicely. So I like the flavors in that one a good bit, whereas this one had some raisins, some fig, but it was kind of, it felt a little off for me when you got to the back of the palate with the finish kind of being medium, short to medium, and that kind of citrus, artificial citrus note on the back of that. Wasn't caring for that too much. On the front of the palate, fairly sweet though on that one. This one right here I think has just got a nice balance across the board. Good flavor. And sometimes the experience, if it's nice all the way through, it have to be super proofy or super complex. But if you got nice balanced flavor, sometimes that can be the better pour. So the question is, Brock, is this better, equal, or less than the baseline pour? For me tonight, I'm gonna have to say this is better than the baseline pour. And I say that because I think the flavors are a little more cohesive. They work together a little better than that does to me personally. So I'm gonna pick that one over the baseline pour. All right, so we're off and running. So let's get into letter B and see what we're working with on the nose. Ooh, this one's definitely sweet on the nose. Let me try the nose here on the, maybe clear the nostrils here a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, this comes across super sweet, like corn sweet almost. Like sugared corn pops kind of thing. Really nice. Caramel. It does seem like vanilla custard, vanilla extract, almost like kind of a bean, like vanilla extract bean kind of note. A little bit of char. Yeah, you can smell like a little barrel char on that one as well too. Yeah, really nice though. I dig that a lot. Let's get that on the palate. That's kind of nice. I like that one. Sweetness transfers to the back of the palate all the way through. It's more of like sweet corn pops, followed with some barrel spice. That char's coming through there, and the finish is probably medium. I wouldn't say it's really long, but solid medium finish on that too. It coats the mouth pretty good too as well. It's got a little more viscosity, I think, than the others so far. Let's go back to the control here, or the baseline. I'm telling you, like something a little funky on the back end of that. Front of the palate's pretty good, pretty sweet. Middle of the palate to the back where it starts to transfer to that artificial citrus, weird funk note. I'm not sure what it is, but let's do this one more time here. Okay, so Brock, is this better, equal, or less than the baseline pour tonight? For me, pretty easy decision. This one is better than the baseline pour. The sweetness, the proof on this one comes together really nice. The finish is pretty good on this one as well too. Very cohesive. Barrel char, really nice influence on that as well too. So that's why I picked that one over the baseline. All right, Let's move on to number 3, letter C, on the nose. Kind of light. If I don't quit spilling this, good God. All right. I get like a little bit of leather on the front end here. A little oak. A little leather. Semi-sweetness going on there. All right, let's get this on the palate. I taste some oak influence on this one, it feels like. This comes across a little more like oaky. I get a hit of like almond or some type of nut a little bit there in this as well too. Flavor's pretty good though. This one tastes a little proofier as well too. Coats the mouth. This one's got a little drying effect going on with it as well too, which sometimes could be an indication of age, just depends, but I usually would get that with a little more age, just for me. But I think the flavors on here I like. It's got a maturity to it that I really like, and I think it's kind of, it has this almost like a refinement to it to some degree, so. All right, let's try to get this. Yeah, the nose is nice on this one too, but. All right, I have a decision on that. Okay, so Brock, is this one better, equal, or less than the baseline pour? For me tonight, I think this is better than the baseline pour. I think this comes across a little more well-rounded, a little more refined. The mature oak, the almond note in there I like a lot too. The finish is pretty good on this one, and it coats it. It's got a little bit of that drying effect, which is not off-putting in this case. I tend to like that a little bit sometimes too. So that's why I picked this one over the baseline pour. And we're on to the last one here. Wow, I'm struggling with not spilling tonight. So let's get this one, last one on the nose here. This one also comes across really sweet. This one seems a tad bit darker than the other ones as well too, a little bit, so. Yeah, super sweet. Vanilla, corn, like super like sweet corn again. Almost could be like an element of fruit, maybe. But caramel, vanilla is really sweet in this one. Yep, I like this one a lot. This one speaks to me a little bit. So let's get this on the palate. Cheers. I enjoyed that one. That was good too. I like it. Sweetness comes through. Finish is pretty good. It's probably maybe short to medium there on that as well too. Let's try the baseline. Not bad. All right, let's go on one more time here. Pretty sure I have a decision though. Yeah. This one also coats the mouth really well. There's a little bit of oak on this one as well too. Not as predominant as one of the other ones here earlier, but pretty good oak. Fruit comes through on this one a little bit, but it's more like stone fruit. Maybe like a grilled peach or something along those lines I'm getting a note of. But really good. I like that one a lot. So, Brock, is this one better, equal, or less than the baseline pour? For me tonight, this one is also better than the baseline pour. So, if I'm not mistaken, again, I feel like all of these are better than the baseline pour tonight. So a complete turn from the first couple episodes where it was kind of more the baseline was better. The last couple, as I've started to randomly pick a lot of different ones here, and I'm starting to include some higher proof and some other things in there just to mix it up, I'm finding that I'm liking these better than the baselines in the last couple. So let's bring out what I've been sipping on here in the order. You guys are going to see this because it's been flashed in front of you guys, but I don't. So we'll take it just a minute, so just hang with me. We'll pull these up actually real quick. That first one was letter B, but I have no idea which one B is. So again, you guys will know. I will not until I see the bottles and find out which one is letter B. Okay, so letter B is 13th Colony, their regular rye, 95 proof rye. I think this is distilled in Indiana. Yeah, it is. So it's MGP, classic 95 rye. Really good, solid. Again, I think I mentioned this, won some awards a couple years ago maybe. But just solid, good flavors across the board, balanced. Like it a lot. So that's why I picked that one over the Baseline. Really good, really solid. Let's go to the next one. Next one here we got is letter A. We'll try to make some room here since it says fat bottom. A. Oh, that's right here. So good old Cedar Ridge. So again, from Iowa, 116 proof on this one from Iowa. Cedar Ridge. Big fan of their stuff in general. And that one was super sweet. Enjoyed that one a lot. I think it had good flavors, pretty balanced, and the corn pops. It was super sweet. I liked it a lot, so that's why I picked that one. So let's go on the next one here. Letter C. Letter C. Old Overholt. Beam product, 2023 release, 10-year age-dated cask strength straight rye whiskey. Super good. I really enjoyed that one a lot. I'm hoping for this year, side note, that they come back with the higher proof for the Overholt cask strength. I'm hoping they do, because I think the last couple of years has been lower proof, and I've tasted them, not bought the bottles though, because I didn't like it as good as I liked the 10-year, for me personally. But anyway, I digress on that. All right, so that means the last one here that I thought was also super good is the Jack Daniel's Heritage, 100 proof. Released last year, super good. Enjoyed that, really good, fantastic bottle. So there you have it. That's the order in which I was trying these, in which I was going head to head against the Unknown or the Baseline Pour. So now it's time to find out what is the Baseline Pour tonight. So let's look and find out together. And this is, this makes sense. That's where that weird note came from. This is James E. Pepper. If you've been watching the channel for a little bit, wasn't the biggest fan of James E. Pepper. I have batch 11. That's that weird citrus, artificial, lemon, pledgy, chemical note or artificial note that you get on the back end that just kind of just does it for me. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. So that makes sense where that was coming from. So not surprised that that was the actual one, but at the time not knowing, I thought it was a little funky, something a little weird or off with that one, but that's what the mystery pour was, the Baseline. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you surprised by any of this? Would you have done the same? Or does James E. Pepper really stick out against some of these a little better? Let me know. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, sip your passion.